we have also to bear in mind the sensitivities prevailing in bilateral trade between the two countries. Therefore, if Korea would enter into negotiation with China, then we have to address the sensitivities beforehand. In one way and the other, actually. The way is not yet defined, but that is a draft for both governments to explore the possibility of the removing this kind of the sensitivities.
I would like to bring up the Korea-U.S. FTA. All right, very quick question. Amy, now what is the prospect for the U.S. Congress to ratify the Korea's FTA ahead of the Korea? Okay. And then next question, Deputy Minister Choi, if U.S. Congress pass Korea's FTA, all right, and now at this point, Korea's opposition party, they're saying that, hey, because the U.S. in a sense, carried on renegotiation of already concluded FTA, as a result, the balance of these benefits, that equilibrium has broken down and it should be renegotiated. All right, that's the opposition party's claim. So how, Korean National Assembly, how Korean government should act on this, the movement of the opposition party. So, Amy, you go first.
Yeah, for the first time, I'm glad to say I have really happy news, I think. The U.S. Congress is fully committed to this FTA. The tide is turned. There's very positive swell of support. They have no problem passing it before Korean side passes it. That's not an issue for the U.S. Congress. And my prediction is it will be done before the August recess.
August recess. Okay, Deputy Minister Chair, August recess not far away, and you should work on the Korean opposition party members. Okay, please tell us, what is your strategy?
Dr. Ahn, I am a government officer, not a member of parliament. That is not my job, precisely speaking. It is a job to be carried out by our parliamentarians in the National Assembly. But I just would like to convey the positions of our government on this matter. We felt that our National Assembly, particularly the ruling party members, consider that once U.S. move, then Korea will follow. That is a kind of implicit the positions expressed by several ruling party leaders in previous weeks. Therefore, if U.S. move ahead, then that is a good sign for us to be in a position to move ahead at the same time. Number two, the opposition party's position that the additional negotiation with the U.S. Just broke the balance which was achieved in 2007. Our government, the Korean government, does not believe this argument because the 2007 agreement was a really comprehensive agreement, just reflecting the balance of interest of the two countries. And then this agreement was negotiated and concluded by the previous government, which was controlled by the current opposition parties. There is no way for the current, we don't understand that this current opposition parties are opposing the contents of this agreement itself. And the additional negotiation, which was concluded December last year, just touched upon one very minor issues on automobiles and also the pharmaceutical issues and also the reductions of the pork tariffs. So very limited issues were handled in these additional negotiations. The outcome of these additional negotiations does not break the balance which was already achieved in around 2-3 years ago. Therefore, in conclusion, if U.S. move ahead, I am cautiously optimistic that Korean politics also move ahead.
Thank you very much. And let me consume extra 5 minutes. And I noticed that we have very distinguished audience here. President Charles Morrison and the President of the East West Center, after observing all our panelists' view, do you have any questions, to raise or any comments on the discussion we had? Very quick one.
Only that on TPP, I think even though it's small economies, the idea is to have a very high quality free trade agreement. The Office of U.S. Trade Representative always says 21st century trade treatment. And for that, the idea is to start with some small like-minded countries that you can deal with. And then as Korea, maybe as this chorus gets completed, that could be, Korea can be added, and that you end up with a larger agreement. I thought there were lots of issues on which I could comment, but I won't make any further comments.
Okay, thank you very much for your contribution. And my distinguished panelist members, I would like to give you 1 minute. Whatever topics you thought it should be brought up, or you need to complement, add on further on top of what you said. Okay, let me go first. Amy Jackson, 1 minute. Yeah.
First, thank you for this very interesting panel. I'll just mention something again that I mentioned earlier that I think is another topic for interesting discussion, and that is domestic constituency support or lack thereof for trade agendas moving forward. I think that's going to be a significant issue continued for the United States, and I think some other countries struggle, at least in one way or another.
Okay, Professor Wang Yo.
Thank you. I think the very important thing is, to have a stable and mutually beneficial U.S.-China relationship is a core of across the Pacific relationship. Secondly, I think we need a new framework analysis, based on that you see this newly changing the economic landscape.
Okay, Professor Jung In-kyo.
Yes, the government of Korea has been very successful in concluding many important FTAs so far, and the government has promoted FTA network. So now we have two important tasks before us. The number one should be to implement the Korea-U.S. FTA as soon as possible. The second issue will be to conclude the FTA with China. Thank you.
Okay, Deputy Minister Chair.
Yeah, I just would like to respond to Dr. Morrison. On TPP, actually the TPP initiative has a multifaceted motivations from United States, not only from the commercial perspective, but also strategic point of view. It's pursuing high-quality agreements, both comprising agricultural liberalization plus service and investments. After Korea's conclusion with the United States on FTA, Korea has no problems, no obstacles in joining TPP in terms of the contents, but we are now concentrating on bilateral FTA first. And also, the TPP itself is now in the making process, so we just would like to see, they are now pursuing same direction, but the details is still worked out. Therefore, we are now very closely following up what would be the final products of the TPP the members are just pursuing. Thank you.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me conclude this session. First, I'm really glad to report you that no currency war, okay? No trade war to that extent. Very good news. And, it is really evident that every economy in the world, increasingly globalizing world, we became mutually interdependent, interlocked each other, as evident to U.S. and China. So I think that we should work together to promote regional FTAs as well as multilateral Doha round. And furthermore, every economy should be more transparent and should adopt a global best practices, as everybody agreed. Ladies and gentlemen, I think our distinguished panelist members deserve very good cup of coffees. Thank you very much for your attention. Okay, let me conclude the session now.